Hi everyone, today I am going to show you one of my favorite STEAM projects, which is how to make s'mores in a solar oven. So I made this fun little solar oven. I did this last year with my class and it was one of our favorite memories as a class together. I really hope that you're able to try it because it's just a really fun project. You do not always need to put s'mores in it. I wanted to experiment, but I didn't have the ingredients to making like a little English muffin pizza, or there's all kinds of things that you can experiment with in your solar oven. So let's learn how to make it. So the first thing that you are going to need is a box, something that opens from the top like this. So there's lots of different things you can use. I used, this is what it originally looks like. It's just something that I get in the mail with ink in it. You can also use a shoebox. Shoeboxes work really well because they open just like we want for this project, except you're going to need something to prop it open, just sticking a pencil in there or a little ball of tin foil, something to keep it up, and especially if the wind is blowing, you're going to want something pretty sturdy to keep it up. You can also use a pizza box if you have one, or a cereal box. If you're using a cereal box, have someone help you cut the side of the box open so that it can fold up just like we saw in the other boxes. Now the next thing that you are going to need, and it's the most important thing, is tin foil. You'll notice in my oven that most of the inside is covered with tin foil. Now this piece in here, this black piece of construction paper, is optional. If you do not have black construction paper, the oven works just fine without it. When I made this last year with my students, we did not use it because I didn't have enough black construction paper, but it does work well because the sun is attracted to that black color, and so it is a good base for the bottom. But this part right here needs to be covered with tin foil. So some of mine's kind of folded back. And the reason that it needs to be covered with tin foil is that when the sun hits here, you want that sun to reflect or bounce back onto the item that you have inside your solar oven. So tin foil is the most important material that you need for this project. Oops, and we can't forget saran wrap. This is a really important material because the saran wrap is going to cover the s'more and make sure that no bugs or ants or anything get into it while you have it baking in the sun. Finally, you need s'more supplies. So, in case you weren't familiar with the recipe for s'mores, you need some marshmallows, some chocolate, mine's half eaten because I got hungry, and some graham crackers. Now you can really use any chocolate bar. The Hershey's ones are the easiest ones, but you can also put Reese's Peanut Butter Cups or really any other candy bar in them. Now that we have all of our materials together, now we get to assemble our solar oven. Now this part is really simple. All you need to do is take the box that you chose, your tin foil, and start pressing it around the entire oven. Like I said, this part is optional right here, but there is actually a layer of tin foil underneath. It's super easy, just stick it on and fold it over the sides. If you want to decorate your oven like I did, all I did was set my oven down on the piece of paper, trace around it, cut it, and then glue these little pieces on. They actually go right over the folded pieces of tin foil. Once you have your oven covered in tin foil and decorated if you choose, it is time to put together the s'more. So I am going to take one graham cracker. This part I think you're probably pretty familiar with. Snap it in half. Now you can see I have my s'more assembled in the oven. I have tried this a few different ways, but I think it's best to put the graham cracker off to the side because it helps the sun get right on the marshmallow and the chocolate. Now we are going to put a piece of saran wrap over the top of the oven. Make sure that this is the last step that you do because this marshmallow and the different ingredients sometimes slide around in the oven and you don't want to have to keep taking them off if you accidentally knock some of the ingredients over. Now I have a little piece of saran wrap and I'm going to set it on top. It's probably best to tape this on so that the wind doesn't take it away. Sometimes saran wrap will stick really well to itself so you can kind of get it on there and keep it on there, but mine's not really working too well. Okay, so it took a little bit of maneuvering, but I got my piece of saran wrap over the top of the box, and I just had to tuck it into the sides a little bit. If I had a piece of tape, I would tape this down, but I don't have one outside with me right now. It's probably best to tape it down or make sure that it's really secure and stuck to itself so that the wind doesn't take it off and bugs aren't able to crawl in. If you do not have saran wrap at home, you could cut up a plastic bag, something that is see-through though. You'll want the sun to be able to go right through it like it is here. The saran wrap also acts as an insulator. That means it gets heat in the box and it doesn't let very much heat escape. Now it's time to put our solar oven in the sun to start baking. Now, the days to do your solar oven projects are days where the sun is out. Not very cloudy days, definitely not a day that it's going to rain. You want to have the sunniest day possible so that the sun is really hitting this reflective surface and going right down on your yummy s'more. I really hope that you're able to try this really special steam project. It is one of my favorites, and not just because I love s'mores, but because I think it's a really fun and easy project, something that you can reuse at home and experiment with. If you try it, send pictures to your teacher. We would love to see them, and have a great summer.